Hello. Today's date is April 8th, 2020. It's been 3 weeks since the youth center is closed, and it's been 1 week since March break was supposed to be over. I sincerely hope that you guys are, you're safe, you're healthy, and that you're doing something with this time that you have. I mean, catching up with Netflix is fine, but there's a lot of awesome things that you could be doing with this time at home. And at E92, I want to stay connected with you and explore some of those ideas. So today, we are going to meet Edward's 900 pets. Our first story, Mackenzie's British Columbia national bird, the mosquito, has been attacked. People have been muddying this majestic creature's name by suggesting that it could spread the virus. Fortunately, mosquitoes can't spread this virus because, and it is fortunate, because in our town they outnumber us 40 gazillion to 1. So it turns out E92 may not have been the best name for this program. It turns out it's actually a popular car, and searching for this program is nearly impossible. That being said, E92 car reviews are probably more interesting. This leads to weather. Braden, what weather are we looking at here? We live in northern British Columbia, so what are we looking at right now, and what do you suggest?
Let's check the weather. Too much snow.
Staying close to home is an awesome opportunity you have to have some quality time with your family. And remember, your family also includes your pets. If you have pets, or even if you don't have pets, this next segment is for you. This segment of what to do while in isolation. Ed gives us a tour of his place and introduces us to his many pets. Let's watch.
What to do while in isolation.
Well, hello everybody. So AJ, in spite of this coronavirus situation, has forced me to vlog. Not vlog, but he wants me to take you on a tour throughout my house and show you my large selection of pets. So I hope you enjoy. So we are going to start off by this little guy. He is actually a salamander. So he's actually called an axolotl. And his name is Wonton, and he likes to eat worms. Now, these things are probably one of the most interesting pets that I have. You can't actually get them in Canada anymore, unless you go through a big expensive breeder. So these guys actually have lungs and gills, so they can breathe above and below water. The gills you can see are those pink frills on the sides of them. The other really cool feature about them is they can come on land. They don't very often. That's why he's in a big fish tank. It's about a 10-gallon tank. But if you actually, say he was to lose an arm or a limb or his gills, he'll actually fully regrow them back. And yeah, they're quite cool little creatures. Next on my fish tank hobby, this is actually a 180-gallon fish tank. So this thing is about 6 feet long, 2 feet deep, 2 feet high. Now, it's built on a big stand, and then there's the big filter under there, which is like the size of a garbage can. So this tank is currently relatively empty. I plan on moving over some other fish that I'll show you later into this when spring comes and I can get some rocks and stuff to put in here. In here currently, there is a Plecostomus, which is like your typical pleco. He's probably about a foot long. And then, where are the other guys hiding in here? Let me see if I can move that out of the way. Then there's two of these guys. Now, these guys are called Raphael catfish. And they're very cool. They get about that size. They're probably 6-7 inches long. Now, these guys are actually venomous. And so when they feel threatened and everything, their fins actually stand up and they're full of bone and they're actually armored. So they're hopefully going to get along with the other fish that I'll show you later in this little video grouping. Now, this is the girlfriend's tank. She has a little beta in here. Just your typical beta. He doesn't like coming out very often and he enjoys hiding. But this tank is actually called a Neo Glow tank. So it actually has a black light and it makes everything inside of it glow. It's not my favorite tank in the world, but she loves it, so that's all that really matters. Now these are the fish that I was talking about that will be going into the other big tank because they're starting to get too big for this one. These guys are piranhas. And they're probably about 8 inches long now. I got them when they were about the size of my thumbnail. And that would have been probably about 2 years ago now. I started off with 10, and one of them died, one of them got ate by the other ones. And yeah, they're pretty big now. And they're very skittish. They're not like, in the movies and stuff they portray them as you stick your hand in the tank and it'll take it right down to bone. That's not the case. They will eat other fish and they'll eat, I typically feed them pellets and stuff. But they're actually very timid and skittish fish. But they're starting to get too big for this tank. This is a 100 gallon. It's 4 feet long, 2.5 foot tall, 2 feet wide. And yeah, they're all going to be going in the other side. Now, a lot of you might notice that this water is green. And that's actually by something called tannins. So tannins is more like a dye per se. But it's actually leached from wood. And that's actually a chunk of wood that I waded waist deep into a river for, like right before the snowfall. So it was a little chilly. But it actually releases tannins over time, and it actually dyes the water green. It doesn't look very nice, but it's actually really good for the fish to get that oil and all the nutrients into it. And if you compare that green water to this clear water. So this is actually my kitchen table that I currently have more fish tanks on because I'm an addict. So in this tank there is actually, these guys are called honeyfire gouramis. And that's about as big as they get. He might be about the size of a quarter. The other ones you see in here are actually just your typical guppies. I used to have a humongous guppy tank. And you can see Russ swimming around are all the little babies that they've been having. They have like a stupid amount of babies. And yeah, those are all actually live plants in there that I've been growing and saving because my plan is to put them in all my other tanks shortly. The other thing you can notice is there is snails everywhere in this fish tank. And they actually, it's one of the pests in the hobby. A lot of people don't like them, but I actually happen to love them. Another thing in this tank, I don't know if you can see them anywhere, but I actually have a bunch of shrimp as well. Actually, you can just see one right in there. They're actually called flower shrimp. They're probably about 2 inches long. See if I can get a better image. I don't use cameras, so. That's his backside. And you can just see the front of his head there. Yeah, and that's my little guppy tank. Currently it's like in a 20-gallon tank, but as you can see there's just little baby fish everywhere. Right next to it, right next to the guppy tank, is actually my turtle tank. And so this tank is actually only about half full. You can see it's all scaped up here. And this is Raphael. He is a stink pot musk turtle. And he eats pellets. And that's about the size of my hand next to him. He's very friendly and he likes to come out when you give him food. And besides that, he likes to bite you. And he's not very nice, but he's cool. And actually, he will go inside of his shell more, and he will also follow your finger. Yeah. Now these guys can actually, once you are done handling them and stuff, you actually want to wash your hands because they can actually give you salmonella and they can carry it. So, fun little facts. This is the bearded dragon. His name is Pancake. And he likes his hot rock. They look actually really prickly, but they're actually not. Their little spines and stuff are actually fairly flexible. And he likes eating worms and mealworms and vegetables and specifically blueberries. And of course, last but not least, we have Ryuk. He is a boxer bulldog cross. That's why the baby gates are in the kitchen. It's because he likes to pee and poop everywhere. And he is pretty adorable. He's about 2 months old. And yeah, he likes to eat everything. But he is pretty cute. And yeah, he's the newest addition. We've had him for probably about 2 weeks now. So if you are looking at getting a puppy, expect to have like all of your furniture chewed to crap. expect to be tripping over them absolutely everywhere. And expect them to chew on everything, and including you and your socks. Expect to clean up poop and pee off the kitchen floor, like probably 10 times a day. And what else? Oh, for like the first 2 nights, expect constant whining. And then every single night you have to let him out about every hour to go outside and use the bathroom. If not, he goes on the floor. So, think twice about getting a puppy. But they're pretty cute. And I might be looking for dog sitters in the future. So, if you're interested, let me know. And I actually forgot about one of my favorite pets. Least amount of work out of everything. Out of all of these pets, my favorite one is probably this pet rock. They don't walk very well and they don't do much. Not the best for cuddling, but it's a pretty amazing pet. You don't have to give him water or food. He just takes care of himself. Always content, never whines. So if you need a pet, I'd recommend this rock. Look at that coloration. So yes, that was my little pet tour. I hope you enjoyed. I might be doing a house tour later on in this little video series that AJ's making up as he goes along. But my house is a disaster at the moment, and with this virus, nobody's coming over, so I don't have to clean. So yeah, I hope you guys are all staying safe. Keep distance, wash your hands, be smart. Even if the main issue with this whole virus thing is people like me, there is like a 99.9% chance that I'm going to survive it. Many of you and the youth, you have an awesome chance of surviving it. The issue we run into is people who are at risk. Seniors, babies, people who already have issues. Those are the people that will not live through this. And so, instead of thinking about all the things that you could be doing outside, spend some time inside, watch some videos, binge watch Netflix, just stay safe. Because it's not only about you, it's about a lot of the seniors as well. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ed. This is probably actually the best time to be training a new puppy, since you shouldn't expect any surprise out-of-town trips or anything. And by the way, Ed, you stole my cake on Minecraft, and I'm going to get it back. If anyone here is watching and has Minecraft on PC, and they give me their username, you guys log in there. Ed has hidden the cake in his lair. So you guys need to log in, get through the lair, get me my cake back. Thank you. Now we'll turn to the part of the show where I read some of your comments. And there's still no comments, because I just released these videos like yesterday. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to hire our first E92 employee. Until then, have yourself a day.